Hi, I'm Bill Jordan. Welcome back to my Embrace the Boom video series. Tonight we're up to practice number 12. But first I want to tell you just a little bit about my day. I was on the phone with the cable company for the fifth time trying to make it go through about my billing, having canceled the television and the phone and all that stuff. And I just kept repeating to myself, calm is a superpower. Calm is a superpower. Calm is contagious. And while I may not have been totally calm, I was calmer than I would have been. And I think I'm going to win this one. It's not over yet. I'll have to fill you in on that. By the way, last night's practice of the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, I think has more views than any of these others that I have shared with you. If you missed that last night, the 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, practice number 11, go back and check that out. I think you'll want to do that. At some point in the near future, I do hope to have all of these over on a YouTube channel. I've not set that up yet. Also, we're in the works of making this mug available in the most cost-friendly and logistically friendly way that I say we can find. And when I say we, I mean my daughter and my son-in-law. They're working on that for me. All right, so number 12 tonight. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Now, here's an example for you. Fellow baby boomer Jerry Seinfeld, who is exactly 3 months older than I, and I don't think anybody can say he's over the hill or he's just running out the clock. He's still got Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, which is a brilliant series on Netflix. He still does stand-up comedy. He plays the DPAC in Durham every year, seemingly for the last several years, has to do 2 shows because they sell out so quickly. So he's still at it. He's still getting after it. Anyway, the point being, there's a story about Jerry Seinfeld that a young comedian comes to him, this is a few years ago, and says, Jerry, I need some help. I need to write better jokes. I've just got to write better jokes. How can I write better jokes? And Jerry says to him, in order to write better jokes, you need to write more jokes. So here's what you do. You go down to the office supply store, you get one of those calendars that every date is a big empty box. Every day of the month is just an empty box. And on day number 1, you write a joke and you put an X. I had a check, but you put an X in that box. Day 2, you write another joke. Put an X in that box. Day 3, joke. X through that box. 5 or 6 days, now you've got a chain. Now your goal is don't break the chain. The more jokes you write, the better jokes you will write. The chain method. He set up a system. It's a way to measure it. He's doing 1 a day. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Do you want to get in better shape? So you can measure that. If you're doing nothing now, maybe you can do something 3 days a week, every other day. Maybe you want to do something every day. What is it that you want to do? Do you want to go for a walk? You can measure how far you walk. You can measure how fast you walk. There's apps for that. If you walk X amount of distance in 30 minutes today, try to cover that distance in 29 minutes tomorrow, but a little faster. If you don't push it, if you're physically able to push it a little bit, and by the way, I guess I should say, consult your doctor before doing anything I suggest. But if you're not pushing it, you're not getting stronger. We get stronger by resistance. You don't get stronger by everything being smooth sailing. I love this line, son, if the mountain were smooth, you couldn't climb it. Resistance is what we grab onto and build on and get stronger by. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Do you want to read more? Read a chapter a day in some book you want. Fiction's great. I love fiction, but grab onto some nonfiction. Maybe you're into history. Maybe you're into architectural design. I don't know what it might be. But whatever it is, and you want to read more, read more. Maybe you want to reach out to your friends and your family. Maybe, because this is so odd these days, you have a goal of sending out 3 to 5 just personal notes in the mail. Imagine that. Handwritten notes with a stamp on it and everything. And just send it to them. You're thinking about them. Hope they're doing okay. Hope to see you soon. What an impact that would make on them. Maybe you want to keep a journal. Start. Maybe you're just going to write a couple of sentences. What happened in your day today? Maybe you'll eventually get to doing more. But you have to start. Here's the big one that everybody focuses on. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And that is weight. Now, somebody's going to say in the comments, that's really hard. But here's what I suggest you do. You've got to know where you're starting to know where you're going. You got to get on the scale. You got to get on the scale. You got to know where you're beginning. That's really hard, Bill. I don't know. So what do you say? Is it physically hard to get on the scale? No. It's maybe emotionally hard to get on the scale sometimes. But you got to know where you are so that you can know where you're going. And then weigh every week. Here's what gets us is that little drift. You weigh and you're on track, and then you quit weighing. And those little ounces and pounds start adding up. And we're going into that time of year with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's. There's always something. Super Bowl Sunday, Valentine's Day, St. Pat. There's always an excuse to eat more calories. There's a way to manage that. Maybe instead of a couple of donuts for breakfast, you have a hard-boiled egg. Just make one little different choice every day. We are our choices. The diet thing. I went on Amazon this morning and just typed in diet in the Amazon search box. Immediately, 90,000 results popped up. I typed in weight loss on Amazon. 70,000 results popped up. I went to Google, typed in diet. In 1 second, 1,500,000,000 results on diet. That is a big one. Let me remind you of this. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. There you have it. Kind of quick and simple. Again, maybe simple, maybe not easy. Decide what you want to do. Figure out a way to measure it if you want to get better at it or do more of it. And then get after it. Okay? Click like if you've liked this. Comment. I always love your comments. Tell me why getting on the scale is hard. I want to hear about that. And then if somebody along the line you think might benefit from this, click the share button. I appreciate it. Embrace the boom. For us baby boomers born between 1946 and 1964, those of us who believe that we are not done. We are not interested in running out the clock. We're trying to get better. This video series is for you. Some advice that I'm taking myself and passing it along to you. Appreciate you watching tonight. Live your life. Forget your age. Embrace the boom. We'll be back tomorrow night with number 13. Thanks for watching.